Guys, it's 9 in the morning. I've just woke up. My eyes are still sleepy, but Nintendo, by force, apparently finally handed over the Nintendo Switch 2. So we're going to take a look at the Nintendo Switch 2 first look trailer. We all knew it was coming. We all knew we were getting a Nintendo Switch 2. I do have to say, though, there was still part of me that kind of hoped it wasn't going to be called Nintendo Switch 2. It just doesn't seem like the Nintendo way. It also kind of confirms a small fear of mine, but I guess I'll talk about that when we watch the video. So let's do it. Let's watch the fucking video. This is the Nintendo Switch. I already see where this is going to go. This is the Nintendo Switch, and it's going to show us what's different. This is going to transform into the Nintendo Switch 2. I actually thought I was going to hate that, but I immediately love it. It's like ASMR. It's nice on the ears. So bigger screen. That's what we were all hoping for. Still think there's a big fucking old bezel on this thing here. But actually, I guess those sides are cut out, aren't they? We're going matte, baby. Hold up. Did I just see a USB-C in the top? I think I did. So we got USB-C in the bottom there, right? I'm assuming that's for the dock. And is that USB-C in the top? It's got to be, right? Because that's the headphone port. And that's the cartridge holder. USB-C in the top is premium gear. It's one of these things that we're all going to get excited about that should have just been fucking done in the first place. Charging anywhere else but the dock is really fucking awkward putting it in the bottom because you can't prop it up. You can't use the stand. So this is a win. It's a very Nintendo win, though. It's like a, here's this quality of life upgrade that really probably should have come as standard. And it's not even like we can say, well, the first one came out in 2017 and they probably just overlooked it because we've had the OLED since then. They could have done it on the OLED. They've held back this quality of life upgrade for the Nintendo Switch 2. I'm happy about it. I'm happy it's there. But you know me, I bitch about everything. But whilst we're on that topic of simple quality of life upgrades, Nintendo, there's less than 2 minutes left of this trailer. I want to see that dock, boy. And I want to see the dock with a fucking Ethernet port in it. Because for me, the current issue with the Switch 1, I guess we're calling it now, it's very much geared towards being this handheld console. I mean, the whole Switch aspect is that it's supposed to be a home console that you can take on the go. But the reality is that the home console aspect of it is far inferior to other home console choices, apart from the game catalog, because obviously Nintendo have a fucking plethora of amazing first-party titles. Now, Nintendo are never going to be competing graphically with Xbox and PlayStation. It's just not a thing that they do, and that's fine. Everybody's fine with that. We're comfortable with it. But basic home console necessities need to be there, like being able to plug into an Ethernet port. It's an absolute fucking must. So we better see that shit. I like this. That fucking stand on the Switch 1. What were they thinking there? The cheapest, shittest thing ever. Literally held on by a thread. This looks better. It's not on one side and it looks to have like a little bit more fucking support than just two little plastic nubs that you can pop out. Another very basic quality of life upgrade. Obviously held back for the Switch 2. God, I like that as well. This is fucking masterful, innit? I don't even know if I can be mad at Nintendo for this shit. Because, like, there's a part of me that wants to be bitter. Because so far, what you've done is you've taken the original Switch and you've based this whole video around minor improvements that have been made to the Switch 1. For all intents and purposes, this is a Switch Pro. But on the other hand, I can't help but be like super pumped about all these little changes that I've seen so far. Nintendo, you have your supporters and fans bent over, ready to receive, because we're going to lap this shit up. I'm doing it right now. I hope that little spinning that we just saw of the Joy-Con joystick is alluding to the fact that they've sorted those motherfuckers out. Because if I pick this thing up and there's any fucking whiff of stick drift, then I'll probably make an angry video about it. Onward. They're magnetic. That's what that's alluding to, I'm assuming. They're like magnetic. They pop in and out like the old Mac chargers. I like that. That's a really satisfying feeling. This I don't like. I don't like just sticking the big 2 on it. Could have done better. I guess they're trying to keep it simple. But I think, for me, that's kind of the problem. They had the hardest thing in the world creating whatever came after the Nintendo Switch. The Nintendo Switch did so unimaginably well. And it brought Nintendo out of the literal dregs of console society because the Wii U had performed so unbelievably poorly. They were so far behind in that market. But the Switch literally burst them back to the top of the home console market, even outselling the Wii. So the difficulty is, where do you go next? Nintendo are known for, like, for want of a better phrase, switching their shit up. But they were obviously not gonna do that with this. They were obviously not gonna stray too far from the Nintendo Switch because the Nintendo Switch was so successful. So I fully understand why this Nintendo Switch 2 is essentially the Nintendo Switch 1 again, but a little bit bigger, with some quality of life improvements. I just feel like, from a selfish point of view, 2017 was the Switch 1 release, 2025 Switch 2 release, and they're so similar. So we're calling this a whole new console. You know, we're going to be with this for like another 8 years. And when the new thing is so close to the old thing, I worry about its longevity for that amount of time. The Nintendo Switch did so well in the market because it was so popular with all age groups. It was very popular with people who regularly play video games, and it was kind of the go-to console for people who don't really play video games and just kind of want to dip in and play a little bit of Animal Crossing or have something convenient to take around with them. Obviously very popular with children as well. Our parents going to get this? Our parents going to see this thing and be like, okay, this is the next new thing? Or are they going to be like, my kid doesn't need this because they've got the same thing. They've just got the previous model. When a kid wants an iPhone, does the parent buy them the fucking iPhone 17 or whatever the latest model is these days? So I wonder if, with it being this close to the original, whether it is going to be as successful in sales. And I guess a lot of that will come down to the specs, which we haven't seen yet. And there is less than a minute left of this video. So I'm not sure that we're going to see any spec stuff in this. And I guess it is called the first look trailer. Let's keep going. Is it? This changes things. Is that a new Mario Kart? That's definitely a new Mario Kart, right? I don't know this map. Is that fucking Pride Rock back there? Mario Kart as a launch title for the Nintendo Switch 2 is a smart move. But what can we surmise from this video right here? There's obviously not going to be a huge amount of graphical power behind this thing. Not that anybody expected that, but just to squash any of those that had the belief in their head that this thing might be as powerful as the other home consoles. That being said, personally, for me, that's not a problem. One of the things that I enjoyed the most about the Nintendo Switch was that it kind of became this machine for me where I could play console games of the previous generation handheld. The thing that we need to see from the specs is, like, it's got to be like the frame rates and stuff. It's like the resolution and the frame rates. When it's docked, this thing has to be able to run 4K. I'm not expecting it to run 4K 60, but we've got to be able to play in 4K resolutions. I think we're going to get a look at this dock now. It's curved. Where's that Ethernet port, fuckers? Where's that Ethernet port? What we got here? Plays Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games as well as Nintendo Switch games. Okay, so backwards compatibility is a feature. Kind of a given. Kind of nailed on. That would probably be the nail in the coffin. Because if they're going to make a console so close to the original console and then they wipe out the older games on it, that would be fucked up. But also, there are some drawbacks to that. Are we treating this like a brand new console? Are we going to have a full roster of 10 or 12 day one titles? Or is it going to be this thing where we get Mario Kart and that's it? And we're just expected to take out old cartridges and wait for new games to trickle out. I don't want to see that shit, Nintendo. I want to see, yeah, Mario Kart's going to be your big first party game. Maybe I would like to see another one or another two. Throw a remake in there or something like that. And then let's see some fucking third party games on there as well. Those ones on the hairy edge that were like not really suitable for porting to the Switch 1. Like the kind of games that you were putting on remote play because the console itself couldn't run them. Resident Evil 7. Get that shit on there. But nonetheless, backwards compatibility, I'm a fan of it. It should be there as standard. But again, I'm just hoping that this is an excuse for Nintendo to rest on their laurels and just maybe give us one game and then expect us to play the same games we've already played from our back catalogue. 4th of the 2nd or 2nd of the 4th. Hold up. I'm from Great Britain. What date is this? Because you fucking US dipshits are flipping this shit around and confusing me. Nintendo Switch 2 Direct date. April the 2nd. Fuck! That's far! I wonder why they've released this trailer so far in advance of any information coming out about it. It's kind of annoying, I'll be honest with you. This is all the shit we kind of already knew. I guess we didn't already know it. This is like the confirmation of it. And I guess that kind of answers my question. They've probably been backed into a corner to release this shit, really, haven't they? Because the leaks were getting so strong. It's probably in mass production already. We were seeing third-party companies leaking the specifications or like the size specifications for cases and, you know, third-party peripherals. So I guess they were probably backed into a corner where they had to release something about it. So I guess I can't really fault them on that. But it is disappointing to not get any information about what this thing can do. I want to know what's underneath the hood. I want to know how this thing runs. I want to know what its capabilities are. And it's Nintendo. I want to see what quirky new shit they've thrown in there. Do you remember fucking when the Nintendo Switch came out and the big thing was you can rattle the Joy-Con and it feels like there's ice cubes inside it? Because that is what we all fucking needed. The Switch 2 Experience, a series of hands-on events held around the world. For more details, please check the official Nintendo website. And that's it, boys. That's the lot. What do we think? It's here, it exists, and that's about all we've got, because we don't know fuck all else about it. We just know that it looks a little bit different to the thing that we've been playing for 7 years. For me, it's a bit like, it looks quite nice, but what does it fucking do? You've got to remember that these guys are now in the market going up against things like the Steam Deck. They're no longer the sole players in this handheld market. We need to see what's up, Nintendo. Mario Kart, though. So that's what we got, Nintendo Switch 2. Yeah, I'm going to get back to my day now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Am I being too fucking British and miserable about it? Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Leave a like and let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know how you feel about it.